Hey guys, it's Emily, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my March TBR. So I am participating in 2 readathons this month, and so I thought it would be a good idea to share with you guys the books that I plan on reading for those, as well as some books that I am hoping to get to this month. Once again, I'm going to divide my TBR into 4 different categories. The first one being books that I'm currently reading, then we have books that I am reading for specific readathons, then we have arcs that I'm hoping to read this month, and finally other books that I want to read this month. Before we dive into the actual TBR, I wanted to quickly mention a giveaway that I'm currently running on Twitter. So to celebrate my second booktube anniversary, I thought I would give back to you guys and host a giveaway, and you have the chance to win a book of your choice from Book Depository. To enter, all you have to do is retweet the tweet, follow me, and reply with a screenshot that proves that you're subscribed to my channel. And then voila, you're entered. Easy as that. I will make sure to leave a direct link to the giveaway tweet in the description box down below if you guys want to check that out. And I will also be running a giveaway here on my channel in the near future, so stay tuned for that, and don't forget to subscribe to make sure that you don't miss it. So now let's dive into the books that I'm hoping to read this month. As I have mentioned before, there are books that I'm currently reading that I'm hoping to finish this month. I started reading them in January or February and I just didn't get around to finishing them, so hopefully I will finally get around to that in March. And the first one of those books is The Last Life of Prince Leicester by Alexandra Bracken. So if you watched my February TBR, you will remember that this book was on there too. And I'll be honest, I haven't read a single page in February. It's not that I'm not interested, it's just that I didn't get around to reading it. This is the sequel to The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding, and in this book we are following our main character Prosper, whose great-great-great-something-great-father made a deal with a demon in exchange for eternal servitude. However, the family betrayed him and the demon is now back for revenge, and it falls upon Prosper to break this curse. I really enjoyed the first book and I started reading it, and I don't know why, I just never really picked it up, but I'm really hoping I can finish this month. I know that I will love this. I have a feeling that I will. Hopefully the ending will be satisfying, but I'm really hoping to read this. It's middle grade and I'm sure it's going to be a super cute and whimsical story. Next we have To Best of Boys by Mary Weber. In this book we are following our main character who decides to enter this competition that is for boys only. The winner of the competition will be granted entrance to this prestigious university, and so our main character decides that she's just as good as boys and she can enter. I'm not too sure if there's other aspects in the plot that I'm forgetting to include here, but to be honest, I only read like 50 pages of this so far. I am intrigued. I like the premise. I like the fact that it has like a girl power type of thing. I've heard great things about this book from basically Britt and Jesse the reader, so hopefully I will enjoy this. The concept reminds me a lot of all that dystopian era that we had, like the Hunger Games, Divergent, and all that jazz, so hopefully I will enjoy this. Finally, we have Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed. In this book, we are following our 2 main characters, Jamie and Maya, and they both come from different backgrounds. Jamie is a white Jewish boy, whereas Maya is a Pakistani Muslim American, and they're both thrown into political canvassing kind of against their will, and from that they began to form a friendship. I'm about 150 pages into it. I actually read quite a bit of this morning, and so far I'm quite enjoying it. I really like the writing style, especially Becky Albertalli's character. I have a harder time to connect with Maya, but it's probably because we're so different. But so far I'm quite intrigued and I cannot wait to see where things go. Now let's talk about the readathons that I'm joining this month. The first one is the Backlist Readathon. It is hosted by 6 booktubers, including Chandler and Zoe and Melanie, and I'm not sure who else, but I will make sure to include everyone's links in the description box down below if you guys want to check them out. It is a readathon where we are encouraged to read backlist titles, meaning books that were published over a year ago and that have been collecting dust on our shelves basically. This readathon is running from March 9th until March 15th, and I am very excited. The first challenge is to read the shortest title on our backlist TBR, and for me it will be Jacoby by William Ritter. I'm not too sure about the premise of this. I know we're following a main character, Abigail. It's set in the late 1800s in London, and she is starting a job with a detective that can see supernatural things. I think there's going to be like a serial killer on the loose and they're going to have to figure things out. I know it's YA historical fiction. I'm very intrigued. It's giving me like a Sherlock Holmes vibe and kind of like a Stalking Jack the Ripper vibe. I'm hoping it'll be way better because you guys know that I hated Stalking Jack the Ripper, but I have hope for this book. It's less than 300 pages, so I think this is going to be an easy read for me, and it's a series, so if I end up liking this, I can always read the rest of the series. The next challenge is to read read a backlist book that intimidates you, and for me that will be The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. And I know what you're asking, this is a contemporary. Why am I scared? To be honest, I bought this book based on Whitney over at Whitney Novels recommendation, and I was very excited to read this. It's like a contemporary romance. I'm very much into that normally. But then other people started buying it and reading it and reviewing it, and the reviews haven't been glorious. And the people that I trust and I really value their recommendations, they didn't like this. So I'm kind of scared. I'm hoping I will like this because it's normally a genre that I really enjoy, and so I'm hoping that this will be something I like. But every time I look at it, I'm scared. I don't want to read it because I'm like, what if I don't like it? And that's the story behind why this book intimidates me. So I am using this for this challenge, but also for the challenge of reading a book that someone recommended to me because, as I said, I bought this based on Whitney's recommendation. The fourth challenge is to read the backlist book that you are most excited about, and for me that will be Hunted by Megan Spooner. So the reason why I'm so excited to read this is because it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and you guys know how much I love Disney and how much I love Beauty and the Beast. It is my childhood favorite movie, and I am super excited. I love Beauty and the Beast retellings, and this one has a great twist that I'm excited to see in action. Basically, our main character's father is a hunter, and he is hunting the beast. One day he goes missing, and his daughter realizes that he probably went too far. In order to find her father, the main character will be hunting down the beast. And so I'm very excited. I just love this so freaking much. I did buy this very recently, but since it has been published in 2017, it counts for this challenge, and I'm so excited because I've been wanting to read this. I've been keeping it for this exact opportunity. The fifth challenge is to read a diverse backlist title, and for me that will be Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. I actually bought this book back when I first started my channel in 2018, and I still haven't read it. This book is a beast. It's probably why I haven't read it, to be honest. I feel like it's about time that I read it. I don't know anything about the plot. I know that it has to do with time travel, and I think there's a ship involved somehow. I am kind of scared of this book because it's so big, but I do love Alexandra Bracken's writing, so I have a feeling that I will enjoy this. The love interest in this book is black, which is why it is perfect for this challenge. The final challenge is to read a book with blue on the cover, and I don't know if you've noticed, but 3 of my titles for the Backlist Readathon have blue covers. So I don't know which one I'm actually going to end up choosing for this challenge. Next up, I am participating in the Royal Weekender hosted by Rachael as part of the Bookie Trials. I am so excited because I wasn't able to participate in the Winter Quest, and so when I found out that Rachael was hosting a weekend edition of this readathon in March, I jumped on the occasion. I will leave the link to Rachael's announcement video in the description box down below if you guys want to check that out and get more information. But basically we're going to be divided into teams, and once again I am Team Scribe. All teams have 4 challenges to complete. One of them is a self-care challenge, and then we have 3 book related reading challenges. We also have 4 challenges that all team can complete, but all of these are more participate in reading sprints and declaring your TBRs and stuff like that. What I'm really excited about though is that we are collecting badges, and I love badges. I love collecting them, and I'm so happy that we have them for this round. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention, this readathon will be taking place on March 28th and the 29th. So the first challenge for scribes is to read an underrated book, and I decided to go with a classic, which I'm not sure if it's controversial. I'm not too sure if I'm supposed to do that, but I feel like it's an underrated classic. Whenever I watch people's favorite classics or classic recommendations videos, I never see this book mentioned anywhere, yet the reviews on Goodreads are really great, and I'm going to be reading The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. Sorry if I am butchering the name, by the way. Apologies. But yeah, I am so excited to read this because it is a classic, and I've been really into classics lately. And also I feel like this book is so underrated, so it's a perfect fit for this challenge. But I also feel like the movie is also very underrated, whether that is the animated version or the live action. It is one of the best live actions that we've gotten, and yet people don't really talk about it, which I'm surprised about. So I'm very excited to read the original work that is behind this story. I also found out that this is a short story collection. I didn't know that. I thought it was about the story of Mowgli, but apparently there's much more to it, which I'm very excited about. Next up, we have a book that has calligraphy on the cover or something of that sort, and I'm also going to be using the Jungle Book for that because look at this beautiful edition. I don't have a copy yet, but this is a copy that I ordered, and I am so excited because it looks absolutely stunning. And the final challenge for scribes is to read a book within a book. So basically a story within a story, and for that I am reading Tilly and the Book Wanderers by Anna James. In this book we're following Tilly, our main character, and she's at her parents' bookshop, and suddenly book characters start to appear in real life. She will be meeting characters such as Anne from Anne of Green Gables, Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and just like a bunch of characters that we're all familiar with. And I just really like the concept. It is a middle grade and I feel like it's going to be a good book. I've heard great things about it from Mary Among Stories and I want to read this. I'm very excited. So those were all the books that I'm planning on reading for those specific readathons. Let me know in the comments down below if you are participating in any of those, and if you are, I would love to know what you plan on reading. I'm not sure whether I'll be vlogging or not. I know I'll be vlogging for the Royal Weekender, but I'm not sure about the Backlist Readathon. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Let's dive into the next category, which is the arcs that I'm hoping on reading. So I have one arc that I was supposed to read in February and I never got around to reading it, and that's Undercover Bromance by Lisa K. Adams. This is a sequel to the Bromance Book Club. In a series, we're following male characters who are reading romance books in order to help their romance life. In this one, we are going to be following Mac, and I believe the book that the Bromance Book Club is reading is a spy book. So I'm very intrigued by the concept. I'm not sure how she's going to be able to incorporate the spy book with Mac's love life. I'm hoping to read this before the book comes out on March 10th, so we need to read this ASAP. Finally, let's talk about other books that I'm hoping to read this month, and the first one is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So yes, it is once again on one of my TBRs. I feel like I've included it in so many TBRs and I never get around to reading it. But to be completely honest, is because I really want to savor this book and I want to be in a mindset where I have time to savor it. And I kind of want to film a vlog reading this book for the very first time because it is such a beloved book on BookTube. Everyone and their mother loves it. So I really want to give this book justice, if it makes sense. And I'm kind of intimidated by this book. I'm scared of diving into it because I'm kind of afraid of being disappointed, even though I know I won't. But I don't know, there's such hype surrounding it that I'm kind of afraid that I won't like it, which is kind of stupid, but whatever. In this book, we're following our main character, Evelyn Hugo, as she tells her story for the very first time to this newbie journalist that no one really knows about. One day, Evelyn, who has always kept like her life kind of a secret, calls this journalist and asks her to write her autobiography. And she opens up for the very first time about her 7 husbands. And finally, I am hoping to read Winter by Marissa Meyer. So this will actually be a reread for me. This is the 4th book in the Lunar Chronicles series, and if you guys have been following along for the last year, you will know that I have started rereading this series, and this is the last book. And I don't know why I haven't started it yet, because I think I read Crest like back last summer, like in July, and I've been wanting to read this. It's just such a big book. It's like 800 pages. I have read this before, so I know I will love this. I know it is such an amazing end to the series, and it's probably my favorite book in that series. It's just so big. I'm like, do I have time to read this? Like, I don't know. And that was it for my TBR. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys plan on reading this month, if you're participating in any of the readathons that I'm also participating in, or if you've read any of the books that I'm reading this month. Let me know what you thought about them in the comments down below. And I guess that's it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.